Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So you might be asking yourself, what is the best handling modification I have not done to my car? Sounds like a bit of a weird question, but I have done a modification to my car. I don't know if I'd say it's a handling modification, which is why it's the best handling modification I haven't done. But the best modification I've actually done to my car so far that has probably had the biggest impact on the handling: seats. Mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing the difference these things made. You might have seen from some previous videos, I had some WRX seats that I had lined up that were going to go in here and replace the old stockies. Unfortunately, when I sort of test fit them, got them all in, started making brackets, basically had them sitting on the floor pan, and my head was actually touching the roof. As you can see, kind of sitting here now, I've probably got 2.5, 3 inches. That's what she said. Between my head and the roof. That's what she said. When I put the Subaru seats in, my head was actually touching the roof. Because there's so much mechanics underneath it of like the height adjuster and the slides and that sort of stuff. There's too much crap. Whereas the Skyline seats are literally just seat rail slider. That's it. These had your height adjusters and tilt adjusters and all that sort of shit all built into the seat rails. So I couldn't actually take the seat rails off. I have to somehow completely re-bracket the seats and all sorts. So it was a pain in the ass. Anyway, that kind of idea was kiboshed. Just so happened to be at some drifting friends' place when I was doing that. They were helping me out with the welding. Beck and Tomo, massive shout out to them. Happened to have this old set of race seats and harnesses kicking around, and were amazingly kind enough to let me have them. Proceed to make the brackets, etc., fit them into the car, try them out on the figure eight a couple of weeks ago, which you'll see videos in here in a second towards the end of this. Gobsmacked the difference it makes. Everyone I spoke to was like, oh, you gotta get seats, it makes a massive difference, and you're not sliding around, and huge difference to the car. It's like, yes, made a huge difference to me in the car. Was not sliding around. Like, the lounge chairs are great for cruising, they're awesome, I love these chairs, but on the track, absolutely fucking horrendous. They're horrible, they're disgusting, they're just terrible. Wet pan you can kind of get away with because it's kind of gentle and cruisy once you get a bit smooth on there. Figure eight though, dry track, is so rough and violent compared. You just get thrown around. Like, I had fuck all control over the car. Like, I was just kind of pointing and praying and hoping for the best. With these things, between the harnesses and the seat, it honestly felt like I just completely changed the entire suspension setup and wheel package and drivetrain and everything. I know it was purely because I wasn't getting thrown around, so I had a lot more control over the car, and I had a lot more feeling for the car as well. Just first lap out, felt like the car was on rails. It was ridiculous. I can't express enough the difference that it made to the feeling of the car. Not just the feeling of me in the car and in the space of the car, but the actual feeling of the car itself. I was attached to the car. I felt like one with the... I know it sounds really la-di-da, but I felt like one with the car. Like, it felt more like an extension of me, like a race car should. Not that I'm calling the 31 a race car, it is far from that. But it felt what a track car should feel like. I felt like I had control. I felt like I was connected to the car. I wasn't kind of just sitting in it and making it kind of do what I wanted to. I actually felt like I had control over the car. It was a ridiculous experience. Cannot wait. I've got a couple of weights and it's going to be going on the wet pan. Cannot wait to try this on the wet pan, because that's what it was like on the violent F8 track with me throwing around with bugger all skill. The wet pan is going to feel like I'm driving the sim. Like, it's going to be ridiculous. I'm going to be feel like I'm sitting in my lounge tray driving the bloody sim racer. Yeah, massive improvement. The figure eight driving itself, big improvement. Felt comfortable. Didn't look like a big improvement because I was screwing around with the setup a lot. I felt comfortable after the last one in terms of driving and like enough that I had control. I wasn't going to do anything stupid. With these in, really felt like I had control. My drifting is not fantastic, but I was screwing around a lot with, I was dropping tire pressures at a time. I was trying different I had different wheels on the back than I did last time, like different tires and stuff on the back. So it was a bit of an experiment night for me to kind of get an idea of how the different settings were affecting the car. Still need to fix up the angle kit, which is something that is coming. I'm actually about to hop out of the car, which is why it's in the garage, and start taking the front wheel off to prep for that. Another video coming soon. But on the track itself, not as great. I did, however, start linking a few little bits, which was really cool. Still kind of working with, I was trying to lower tire pressure. The track was really, really patchy. When we started the night, you can kind of see it in a few of the videos that I mixed together. I'll put some basic ones here, but I will be doing another highlight one later on as well of just the driving and stuff. And you can see some videos it's dry, and then it's wet, and then it's dry, and then it's kind of half wet, and then it's not dry, and then it was horrible. Basically, we turned up. It had been raining through the day, only lightly, but it was enough. The track was kind of a bit patchy. There was a few water puddles around. My first couple laps, I kept spinning out on one corner as we got close to the wall. Couldn't figure out why, and then realized there was a massive stream of water right across the track. So yeah, every time my back tires hit it, off she went. But outside of that, I actually felt really, really comfortable. I went with the idea of starting with low tire pressures, popping up as I went through the night, and just kind of feeling what the car felt like, feeling the difference of the car when I was changing the tire pressures and stuff. Ended up just leaving it on a lower pressure. I did actually lower the fronts a little bit because I was getting understeer. One thing I have been told is the tire profile can help with that. I have since discovered that the tires that are on it are actually about an inch too big from what the stocks should be. So I'm going to reduce the tire size when I get new tires on these rims. I'm actually going to reduce the tire size slightly, so it'll drop about an inch and a half on diameter. The lower profile will apparently give me a lot more bite on the front and make the steering a lot more snappy. Also, for some reason, it just doesn't look like, with the bigger 16 inches on the front, doesn't look like it has enough camber. So I think that was part of it. It was okay the first few sessions. Then when the tires started getting really warm, it just wasn't on the slower corners. It wasn't turning in as well as it should. So that's something else I need to fix. Do start 2 weeks holidays today, so I'm going to be getting all of this stuff done over the next 2 weeks. But all in all, man, the difference these seats make, it really is chalk and cheese between what the car was like before. So really, really excited to try it out on the wet pan. Cannot wait. I think I've got 2.5 weeks. Not this weekend, 3 weekends from now. About 2.5 weeks. We'll be out trying that. Plenty more content to come. Unfortunately, I've only got 2 360 camera videos from the figure 8 because somewhere in me fumbling around trying to turn it on, didn't realize it does a hyperlapse mode. So I have about 5 or 6 videos of hyperlapse. So you get like hyperspeed through the track, but you can actually see me driving. But I do get 2. I did have a GoPro on the side of my head as well for a few of them, which I got some cool video for that, and Tug did some videos from outside for me as well. So I've got a few bits to put together. There's a few photographers out there that I know as well that have done some really cool photos. So I'll post those up. I will put a little bit of the racing videos and stuff in here just so you can see what that looks like. All the racing, the track videos. Just so it's not me talking to the camera the whole time and making you boring as shit. I will shut up for now because I am rambling. I am going to start taking wheels off and measuring tire rods and stuff. That will be another video to be released soon. Until next time, take care. I'll see you on the track and have an amazing time. Ciao. Oh, and rookie error, guys. Completely forgot. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below if there's anything you want to see. Merch available, and there are some really new merch designs coming out that look freaking fire. Super stoked with a couple of them. Women in Drifting Day coming up. Please go and support the Women in Drifting for Australian Drift Club. Amazing event. Really cool to see the more women getting into the sport that is, let's admit it, primarily male dominated. But to be fair, there is a lot of female drifters out there that will run rings around a lot of the guys. I will be first to put my hand up and say most of them drive better than me, including Marissa. So, get out, support it. There is an exclusive Women in Drifting jumper and a hoodie and shirt coming out, so keep an eye out on the socials for that. But until next time, take care.